State of the fleet. Oh, Kira. Oh, Kira. You poor thing. I learned the hard way what happens when you choose the wrong service providers. I had a lot of problems with this vehicle. It wasn't its fault. It was just, I chose the wrong guy to maintain it. He claimed a major service was done, and it wasn't, so then I had to go back through all this shit and get all this fixed. In doing so, I didn't fix the root cause of the problem, which was either bad oil pump or bad pickup for the oil pump. I mean, for what she is, she's decently solid. I mean, let me take my coat off so we can really see what we're dealing with here. Get to you soon, Stacy. So, typical. I can get new fenders for this. I'm not worried about it. But, this is what concerns me here. Look at this. Just a little unhappy under there. Rocker panel. I got to this car in time with the rocker, at least down here. Gotta pop the doors. I'll do it later. Because it doesn't open far enough because this space is shit. But rockers, I mean, it's not bad for a 94. And like I say, I got all this repainted. I mean, not well. The guy didn't really do the best job on it, but we prevented a lot of the rust that was there from getting worse. And then we got our door jamb. This is the only spot that concerns me right up here. That's probably from the windshield seal. That was bad. I got that fixed. So, now, the nice thing about that, it saved the pillars. You can see the guy just did a quick little half-assed prime and paint job. And he said it's a good thing I got to it when I did because it would have killed the pillars if I didn't. So, that's Kira for you. Oh, what's up with this? Oh yeah, these doors are unhappy. I remember I had problems with some of these. Even after I lubed them, they would stick a little bit. Nice interior. Shout out to
hello.
Hey. She's just so good, and you have to forgive my friend here. She's simping hard for a car that combines everything she likes about a Lanyard and everything she likes about a Camaro. And then we've got this is going to need some attention. This is the base of the rear dog leg. That's very common on these cars. See, it's all kind of fucked up there. A little bit. Going to need some love down here. But really, I mean, for what it is, it ain't bad. The body, at least. I mean, quarter panel's nice and solid. I got rid of that trim. That helped. Trunk floor looks great from here. No rust on here, surprisingly. Can't really see, but there really isn't any rust there. Barely even any pitting, which surprisingly, usually when I see these, even the later ones, they just trap water behind the trunk trim and they just fucking destroy it. But an area that I know was going to need attention down the road here, if I can get my light, just give me a second here, is going to be, not really my idea of a quality repair. It's like all this, this is just I mean, I get it. This would all eventually have to be cut away. This would have to be relocated because this would be some form of mini tub to want to run 335s at all four corners here. But it definitely, this side's pretty bad too, from what I remember. Let me see. Yeah, right there. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, the guy who did some of the repairs, he didn't. Yeah, that's because bad seam sealer here. Plus, these cars, they're always kicking shit up into the wheel wells.
Apologies for interjecting, but I wouldn't think that you'd be partial to mini tubs.
No, I mean, if that's what it takes to run 335s out back, I'm not against doing it. It's just, it's going to come down to how much space we have. I know people run like 295s on wagons with a wider rear axle all the time, so depending on how much space we get outboard by doing that, we might not even need to do that. But
by the way, I was completely clueless about the mirrors on these cars. These things look like they're fast, just standing still.
They are. No, they are. I mean, I'll go to the driver's side too. Yeah, I mean, when I think of this car, I think of performance, but I think of it's just
You think of a Corvette with a flush ride. Let's be honest.
Well, and just the way it's done, like they could have very easily. I mean, they eventually went to side sail mirrors. I think in '95. Yeah, initially they were door mounted, but for being door mounted, they're almost mounted as if they are side sail because they're not like out like this. They're just
Well, they give off that like late '60s Impala vibe where it's like, well, not even Impala, more like a say a Camaro or a Corvette, like where it's like, you get out of my way.
Quarter panel's a little, this side's a little worse, but not bad. Well, no, and it goes to show that the people cross-shop this. I mean, I had an Impala or Caprice back in the day, sold it, life got in the way, whatever, and, you know, now here we are, we've got one that is almost as fast, that handles better, quieter to cruise. Yeah, this door's kind of not happy.
Doesn't have to be black uniquely.
I mean, honestly, for the year, these doors are not bad, and actually, I'm not going to need to grease any of these, surprisingly. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. I was gonna bump it with my, just gonna use the panel there as leverage. Yeah, I've gotten hit by harder things.
That's a little bit of rust here. It looks like those are just dirt.
No, that's rust. No, so what ended up happening, I had a guy, he half-assed this stuff. I told him to weld it shut. He didn't. I can tell that's Bondo. So this is gonna have to be gone through. This is just to get me through 2 more winters. And you know, and if it means the stuff like, okay, here's fucked. This is the base of the pillar. This is what I mean about when people don't take care of their windshields. It rots the pillar right up here. And it goes all the way down, and it rots the fucking cowling and where the door and everything mounts. Like, that's pretty bad. The driver's side's almost as bad. Yeah, like, I like the way the interior looks. It feels nice, and...
Well, it's got that, like, class, but enough of a comfort to it.
Well, everything. They got giant little storage cubbies. Like, if they just made this a better material and better fit and finish, it would be...
Instead of the
top tier.
Rubber.
Well, it's so loose. Like this thing, this has had new screws put in it. Those aren't factory. Yeah, like these always get loose. The first thing to go, and then you start getting stress cracks here and along here.
That would have been the first thing to go, really.
I had part of the stuff replaced. I think one of the ones in the back is missing one of the covers for. Oh yeah, this one. I thought and it's all right. And because a grab handle also helps attach the door panel to the skin of the, or the inner skin of the door. If this goes, the panel goes after, so that's no fun. I mean, it's a GM made after the mid-'60s. Like, you're going to have to be re-engineering the interior for it to pass muster, but I feel that's worth the price, because this is all nice soft touch, the wood grain veneer, I really like that.
Apologies for those of you who don't know me. Basically, I am a friend of his from Michigan, and I happen to get very into 4th gen Camaros. So this car is essentially the 4-door version of a 97 Z28 that my brother took me for a ride in after coming home from Afghanistan, and did $130 before he let off the gas. So, yeah, needless to say, and that also didn't have the highway gears in it either. I think it had like 308 gears or something in it. But.
Yeah, this thing is 273s in this. I'm surprised at how fast the car is for not having an aggressive.
I will say though, when it comes time for this thing to get a heart transplant, I'm going to be the person that he consults because I know what I'm doing with the. I mean, I've never had a car in terms of like project and whatever, but I know enough about these cars that I know. Okay, well, just get a newer LT1. Make sure it's a 4-bolt main. Make sure you get proper oiling and so forth, so it doesn't have a rod knock.
Well, that honestly, this thing really, when I got it, it had great compression, and
right.
I was at 200. It was either 197 or 201,000. I have to go back through the videos and see, but it was like right at the 100,000 mile service. And I said, do everything. So like oil pump, oil pickup, timing chain, water pump, the whole 9 yards. No, and he fucking didn't. It was really obvious because after he gave it the all clear, the driver's side front caliper, I can't sure I'm on the other side of the car, but driver's side front caliper caught fire, and then, because it's stuck, I was fucking mad that day.
Oh, that's right, I forgot.
Yeah, and then he didn't seal the master cylinder. Yeah, this is the place on 1053 Clifford Avenue, B's Garage. Call it Bullshit Garage, because that's all you get from him. Accurate. And so, and then he said, I had some problems sourcing parts and getting everything buttoned up with the oil pump, the oil pickup, and the timing cover, but he also gave it the all clear. I said, if you need more time, then do it. But it's like, no, it's fine. Just take it. It should be good to go.
I think it's just kind of funny how it's got like the rubber dash pad, but then you got scratchy plastic and then soft touch. All in the inside. Yes.
No shit.
Actually, no. Sorry,
Oh, big old giant fucking heavy doors. I remember when I pulled this thing. I'm like, am I going to be able to open this? Yes.
The dash is actually scratchy plastic.
It is. Yeah. I made sure this thing had seen a fair bit of sunlight. I think there was it gets the cracks around the vents here. Yep, that's where it first starts, and then they spider off to here. But
I mean,
hence I've got my cover back here.
Right.
So
no, not to get anybody's hopes up, but when the time comes, 383 stroker, probably a 6-speed auto.
6L, 80 or 90, yeah.
Yeah. So it'll definitely haul ass when he's done with it.
Yeah, it's the earliest this would start would be 2025 because there's, well, this other boat at anchor, and then there's the boat that I sailed out here in, so that's got to be done too. But I pulled the carpet back for the floors here. You can just see. Let me get a little bit of light down here. It's just a bunch of little things that I think would make sense to do all at once.
But no, I will say, in terms of, you're probably asking yourself, you know, well, where are you planning on getting this 383 stroker from? There is a company in Illinois, I think it's Golan Racing Engines.
Yep, I know them. They're good.
Well, I mean, we've looked it up together, but...
Couples 100.
Right, yeah. No, but... And this is just one of those things, like, I'm definitely going to be using that for my own project. That's going to be a 93 Z28 that I've been wanting to build for a very long time. So, I mean, right now, I'm in the market for a GMT 400 pickup. I need to get my driver's license because I have cerebral palsy and I'm disabled. But I'm going to try my best at getting a license and then getting a motorcycle for summer use. But when the time comes, I'm definitely going to start my own fleet, as it were.
Now, you made the right choice committing to someone who's already in the game. You've helped a lot with this shit, though.
His ego over here. I'm kidding. But no, like, I mean, it's funny because he and I randomly just met online one day.
DeviantArt.
The degeneracy, I tell you.
Mileage. Wow, not even 204,000.
That's what I said.
Fucking sad.
Barely got 200,000 on her.
Yeah.
But
not even 2,000 miles after the major service.
Yeesh.
Not even 2,000, yeah, because it was like 201 and change, and then
Oh my.
I got rod knock coming back from Corning. Horn still work?
Nope.
No!
The battery's dead, I told you. I told you. I tried cranking it over and all you hear is...
I'm like, no.
Click, click, click. I'm like...
The lights are, I mean, for how dead this battery is, it still apparently has just enough juice or amperage to power these lights.
Just enough
to power on the dash, right?
The dash and the courtesy lights, yeah.
Yeah.
No, for what it's worth, though, this car is gorgeous. I mean, it's my first time seeing it in person. But I'm going to tell you what, this thing is going to be a Bonneville hot rod when he's done with it, basically. Not really, but, you know. It's the sentiment that counts, right?
It's the thought that counts, yeah. I mean, feel free. I mean, I'm going to be starting on Stacy a bit here. Feel free to hop into the driver's seat if you want to really get acquainted. I mean, the car's not going anywhere, so it's like,
Damn it.
you know.
Imaginary engine noises.
Yeah, followed by the worst one. I mean, like, okay, so bonus here. So when Henry was in town, we were driving this thing, or EBIT back, or we took both the cars up for a little photo shoot. He's like, this car has the worst rod knock I have ever heard on a GM in my entire life.
Well, that's what happens when you get
The guy botched the fucking oil pump and oil pickup. Well, like, no, and like when they botch like the oil pump, like these engines need oil pressure, like a lot, and if your oil pump and oil pickup isn't right, nothing matters.
Nope.
The compression doesn't matter. Everything else, as you see, doesn't matter. It's sad. Oh.
This car is amazing. It will get its just dues. And if it's not through him, I'm doing it. So,
How could you?
we made the joke earlier. If you keel over, I'm teaching you.
I mean, to be it. Fair.